We're getting hit with some CB attitude here. There he goes. He's fixing his stuff. Let me see. Let me do this. Woo! Everything works, and you can hear us, Cole.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're talking.
2 Chainz tonight.
Two Chainz. Bohannon.
I had to break up this bullshit that you guys are talking about.
Are you sure?
Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune theme songs. Like, what the hell is happening?
This is a wrestling show. Leave us alone.
How are you guys doing? It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. I'm doing well. It's an extremely busy time of the year for us here in this household. We have softball, end of the year gymnastics stuff, and it's just nonstop. End of the school year, it's just nonstop here. So, but yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Life has been going. I'm not going to say to par. Life is never to par unless I'm bathing in money and never have to work again. But it's going well. It really is. Wrestling's been fun. The last few weeks have been amazing, to say the least. The last few weeks have been fucking amazing.
Yeah.
We're just going to start it off.
Yeah.
I got some cool stuff coming up, and I would like to announce it here. A little bit of breaking news. Play it, Guns we don't have Guns or Andre here. Oh, damn it, wrong show.
Hold on, I can find it. Hold on, I got a good sound for you. Hold on. All right, breaking news. Dick. Go ahead.
So as of last week, I got to wrestle at a place called WWN Proving Ground out in Port Richey, Florida. Proving Ground's a pretty cool spot. They have a training facility as well as weekly shows, and that is weekly shows, weekly tapings down there in Port Richey. And after last week, I've been invited onto the roster, and I am basically considered a full-time talent on their roster, which means I'll be driving to Port Richey, Florida, which if you want to Google map that from Jacksonville, Florida, for like 3.5 hours every week, if I would like to. I got to say, the guys out there are absolutely phenomenal. There's some talent out there that is... you got some young kids that are going to be something, and you got some guys that are knocking on the door of AEW Dark as we speak. A gentleman named Bud Heavy. Bud Heavy is an MLW guy. I got to work with him.
Ooh, I think I just put him in our guest thing, right, Vanessa? Bud Heavy's in there.
Hell of a guy. What's going on, Toxic? I love you, brother. Toxic's a good cat. Hopefully one day we'll get him out of the cult, but we won't even go into the cult this time. But Bud Heavy was
He's
there.
Injured.
Bud Heavy
Is Toxic injured? I don't fucking know. Probably. I don't think he's injured.
No,
mentally.
you said the cult, and I was referring to the cult of personality. Anyways, continue.
Okay.
Moving on.
So no, it was a blast out there at Proving Ground. They have a great facility, a great setup. They serve beer while watching pro wrestling. Not many indies do that, and they give you an opportunity to really show your skills off, as well as not only tapings but house shows. Something that I'm used to, but this is on a much bigger scale. Their connections to TCW, which TCW is Thunder Championship Wrestling in Tampa. They're pretty well known, at least down here in Florida, as well as some connections up in the Northeast. So I'm so happy to be a part of that roster and work with a really cool trainer, and get that opportunity. But here's the funny thing. So Tampa, Florida to Pensacola, Florida is about 6.5 hours. So Cole Bohannon will be wrestling on a Friday night in Tampa, Florida, and then just red-eyeing it to Pensacola, Florida to wrestle on Saturday night for Coastal Wrestling Federation, once again out in Milton, Florida, right on the outskirts of Pensacola. Man, I wrestled for them in May 7th, and I had an absolute blast. Teamed up with Mike Anthony, and this time around, I'm running solo against a guy named Cleveland Biggs, who is full of energy and personality. He's one of the biggest assholes that are in the locker room there. He's a cocky sumbitch, and I plan on trying to put him in his place. And with that being said, I'm living the fucking dream, boys.
Right.
Like this is it. Like this is what I wanted to do, and I'm almost getting emotional because I I got into professional wrestling to do exactly what I'm doing, and that's to travel as much as I can, work as much as I can, and meet cool people that have similar interests as myself. And I'm doing that. I'm sharing locker rooms with guys that have been on television. I'm wrestling in different venues. Different people are seeing Cole Bohannon. I'm being asked, not even presenting, but asked for my merch. I'm signing autographs for kids that are coming up to me, grown ass adults coming up to me. I'm giving the memories to fathers and their sons, or fathers and their daughters, that I was given at a young age. And that's what I got into this for. And man, I can't be happy. I'm more happy to be where I'm at, and realizing I'm only at the bottom of the goddamn ladder. Like I'm beginning this journey. It's nowhere near the end. Knock on wood. If I have it my way, it's nowhere near the end. And a lot of people say I'm crazy for making that Friday and then Saturday show and just running my body rampant. But what the fuck else am I going to do? This is what I came into professional wrestling for. This is what I trained my ass off for. And this is what I'm going to continue to do. And learning on the fly, working with guys that, I'm meeting these people, and a couple hours later, I'm tying up with them.
Nice.
I never thought I'd get that opportunity to walk in, look at a guy in a locker room being, hey, you got to fuck him up later on tonight, and looking at him and saying, let's tear this damn house down, and doing so, and getting critique as well as praise from my peers, learning this looks good, but let's try this, things that I wouldn't be learning if I didn't make the jump. So man, it's fucking happening, man. This is happening.
Spectacular. And for those just joining us right now, to recap, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Cole has found a new home. He is chasing his dream, and he has revitalized the fire up his ass. He's got the passion. He's on his way, ladies and gentlemen.
That was awesome.
Hey, I love you too, Toxic. Toxic is a worker that's not known and should be. He's a worker that's not known and should be. He's much younger than me, but he also has more experience than me, and he's willing to put his body on the line. You think of an overweight Jeff Hardy without the DUIs.
Right.
He will do. He'll do. No more pity. There's no more pity there. I mean, I'm sorry.
Stop. Not cool, man. Not cool.
This guy will do the stupidest shit in the ring that I've ever seen, putting his body on the line at the size that he is, and gets up and keeps going. And I really hope I do see him down the road sometime. But anyways, man, this is awesome. This is awesome. Proving Ground is somewhere that I can't wait to put as many hours as I can into. CWF, Coastal Wrestling Federation, can't wait to put as many hours as I can into. And then let's not forget about Adrenaline Wrestling down in Ocala, Florida. I'm sitting out for this month with them because I'm working everywhere else, but I'm going to be back with them in August. And putting in that work. Now I'm just looking for a promotion in the Orlando, Fort Lauderdale area to get my hands on, and then I'm every corner of the state, and that's the goal. Mm-hmm. That truly is the goal.
Are there promotions you would know better than me in the Orlando area you have eyes on, or you've reached out, or they've reached out to you, or how's that work?
There's a couple. There's a couple down in Orlando and the Fort Lauderdale area that I've reached out to. I've sent some video and photos to bookers and letting them know who I am. The problem is right now it's the summer, and these boys are ramped up in the summer. Kids are out of school. They're able to do everything they want to do. They're able to travel out more. I actually wrestled Max Dawson at Proving Ground. Max Dawson is living out of a camper with his wife and kids, traveling the Southeast, doing nothing but indie wrestling. Shout out to Max Dawson. He and I had one hell of a match. Joe, find me some organizations. We'll make it happen around you. Just reading the chat. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's so fucking cool. And anytime I have something like this, I feel like I need to share it with you guys, because you guys, Vanessa, you guys are there since day one. Before Cole Bohannon was a thing, you guys were there, and now Cole Bohannon is a thing, and you guys are still there. So I like going with this journey with you guys. It's awesome. And then I might have the opportunity back in September, October coming up, working a guy named Andy Mack back in my hometown in Memphis. And if I can get back to Memphis and put on a show where my family can see me wrestle in person, man, this is what it's all about.
It's interesting because, and I might have said this the last time you were on, but I think I did, or I said it to Vanessa after the fact. I know Cole Bohannon is on his way to wherever it is he's going to go, which is up. I don't know where he's going to end up, but he's going up. I don't remember the person before that, how I first hooked up with you and knew you. I don't remember the name. I don't remember where you were from. None of that matters anymore. Now it's Cole Bohannon, which is cool to me because that means I'm invested. Like I'm invested. And then the other thing is you're here so much, like you're a friend of the show. I'm just going to start giving you your own command as opposed to what I normally do for the guests. Just put it in there and then we can plug it away all the time.
And that's much appreciated. And speaking of that, the CB attitude started off as something that, I have a certain stature to myself, a certain way that I carry myself, a certain way that I present myself. Anybody that's ever worked with me, either in a professional wise, a professional wrestling wise, or knows me, knows that I'm a hard-headed son of a bitch that is stubborn, and I kind of march to my own path, which is why the ones that love me, and the ones that hate me despise me.
Right.
And that's it. So the CB attitude, that's what it came down to. It's my attitude. It's who I am, and that's become such a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out in the future, we're gonna have coffee mugs. We're gonna have wristbands. There's so many different things that are in idea currently. Different shirts are in design right now. I haven't released anything different other than what I have because another newsbreaker today just got my box in that I've been waiting for about a month.
I'm seeing that right now. Yeah.
Yeah, man, all my merch. My merch is here. After having enough people ask me at shows, like, let me get a shirt, instead of sending them to the website, I'm going to be able to hand them one. And having that opportunity. Shout out to these promoters that are giving guys like myself, Thump runs Adrenaline, guys like myself that opportunity. Ben is another promoter. If he's watching this, he'll know where I'm talking about. That gives us this opportunity. It's so fucking cool, man, because there was a point 6 months ago where I thought, all right, this is all I'm going to know. This is all I'm going to be. And now I'm at a spot where it's limitless.
Limitless.
It's, it's limitless without the pill. It's, I don't know where the road ends.
It's so awesome. Exciting to me. I'm like excited for you, and I'm not even involved, but I know what it's like to have to get your passion reignited. However that occurs, it still gets reignited. Tommy Streamer in the chat says, "Does Donnie Schiavone get a cut of the merchandise?"
I will give that little man. I'm emphasizing on little man.
He is little. He's a little man.
I'm gonna emphasize. I give him so much shit, but Donnie has a heart of gold.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Donnie has his heart and his passion in the right places in this industry, and he has done nothing but try to help those that are around him. And some don't appreciate that; they see him as just as a ring announcer. But I see Donnie as a human being that really cares about those around him.
Yeah.
And I'm giving me and Donnie are working the next show together. I told him to bring his little ass on with me. I'll cover that tab of gas for him. So it's Donnie's a hell of a guy. And cool thing is, man, I've shared a few different locker rooms with him. He was scheduled to be the ring announcer at Adrenaline as well. So it's funny, wherever I end up going, Donnie ends up being. But I would say the nervous part was going to Tampa this past week or Port Richey because I didn't know anybody at Proving Ground.
Okay.
I walked in there looking at a bunch of faces that all know each other.
Right.
And I was fresh as can be, just introducing myself. And that's getting yourself out of that comfort zone it's kind of scary. And and it forces you to be outgoing. It forces you to get out there because, believe it or not, I used to be super shy. I struggle with anxiety really, really bad.
Yep.
And if I'm in a room with a bunch of people that know what they're doing, they're used to each other, and I
hard.
walk in, I feel like all lights on me.
Yeah, makes it tough.
And yeah, and the only way to get out there is to shake hands and smile and introduce yourself. And I'm glad I did. And that group over there is amazing down there at Proving Ground. And plus, the venue has a bar. Can't beat that.
Can't beat that. That's what I was thinking. Like, Christ, a fucking wrestling show from a bar. It might as well. If I was not shy myself and wasn't, I could drive places and do things. We could put a show on there. We could do a live putting you over while Cole Bohannon wrestles in a ring at a bar.
It's funny you said that because they do that.
They do. Nice. Good for them.
They their last show they had a podcast that did it live from their show.
That's freaking awesome.
It is because a lot of places turn that shit down.
Yeah.
I've tried that in the past to get a podcast to come in and report live and put on the action, but some people are just such control freaks. They don't want that podcast reporting something that maybe shouldn't have happened. It's fucking pro wrestling,
just
man.
Throw it out there.
It's pro wrestling. So, man, it's so much fun. So now we got on the card. We got Proving Ground. We got Adrenaline. We got CWF. A couple more that are in the works that I'm not going to announce yet until I see my name on a card. But this is just so much fun. This is so much fun.
You said earlier you didn't want to talk about that other promotion, and we don't need to talk about it. But I think it goes without saying, like, that was like that's the silver lining, and like you broke free. Really, that's what it feels like to me.
Yeah. If I had my way, I would still be associated.
Yeah.
Because again, I miss so many.
Well, you
of the
said
guys
that.
there.
You said that there's a lot of guys you miss. There's no real hard will, but there was a lot of holding you back, I guess is the feeling I got.
It was you're either with us or not with us at all. Like only with us or not, like I that's not what I got in this industry for. And a lot of that anger has passed. Last time we spoke, it was extremely fresh because I don't like the way things went down, but a lot of that anger has passed. And if it came down to, hey, we want you in for a couple shows here and there, put on a show, I wouldn't say no. I would love to work with quite a few of those guys again. And at the same time, if one of those guys hit me up and like, hey, I need help, I want out, help me get out. We're on the next flight or the next road trip to a promotion. Because the cool thing with Proving Ground is they'll let damn near anybody in to prove themselves. Hence their name, Proving Ground. Right. You got to have experience, of course. You got to be safe. You know what the hell you're doing. But if you have the credentials, they're going to let you show prove your stuff. And there's a lot of guys there I'd like to see, but no ill will, to be honest with you. I hope everybody over there finds what they want in this industry. I hope they achieve everything that they want in this industry. Either if it's being there until their career's over or leaving and doing what I'm doing. It all comes down to your own happiness. And that's the way I left that be.
Do you think if others see the vision that you saw and do the same thing that you did, do you think the other company may change the way they operate? And
they've been like this for over 20 years.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Question answered.
Yeah. I mean, I was warned.
Yeah.
Before my first day of training of, hey, if you ever want to do anything in this industry, you're gonna have to cut that cord, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It does. But hey, it is what it is. I'll always leave that door open because pro wrestling is so much. This is fucking fun. Like, this is so much fun. Like, I never ever in my life thought I'd be in a position where I'm doing something I watched on TV my entire life and being able to do that and having the spotlight on myself and my opponent and putting on that show and getting the crowd reactions. And not only that, being able to show the real me. For 2 years, you saw the asshole in me of Cole Bohannon. You saw a lot of anger. Yeah. You saw a lot of alcohol. You saw just a lot of disdain. And now I'm having these other places be like, hey, don't worry about being so angry. You can be happy here. We're going to put you against somebody that's a little bit more of an asshole. Let's see what you can do to get this crowd behind you. And that was a very uncomfortable moment. But to hear a crowd, cheering for you instead of booing you out of the damn building,
Right.
it's pretty addicting. And this industry becomes a drug, and it's a very addicting drug. And no man in his right mind is going to travel 3.5 hours southwest than 6.5 hours straight north within a 24-hour period. But I'm ready to fucking do it, man. This is so much fun.
And it's interesting that you bring that up because, I heard you call Busted Open all the time. I knew you were a smart, knowledgeable wrestling fan and guy. We had you on, and yeah, we had the asshole Cole Bohannon. Go back, watch some of those. They were great shows. It was great stuff. But I got it, and I understood, and I felt the passion though come through that disdain, and I knew. I was like, well, this guy's got something. He's there. And now it's just like tenfold because now your eyes have been open. You're making some changes here and there in the wrestling world, in your real personal life. I'm assuming, and it's all benefiting, and you're coming out on top for it, and it's all good stuff, man. I'm really pumped.
I appreciate it. I have short-term and long-term goals set. I hope by the end of this year I have gold on me.
Yeah.
I don't care where it's at. I don't care what belt it is. I want gold on me by the time the end of this year. I got 6 months to prove myself and get into championship contention with one of these companies, and I'm gonna keep on busting tail until that opportunity arises. And I'm not. We're getting into this industry, not at 19, 18, 20 years old, and knowing that WWE no longer wants indie guys. Right. They're going after, young athletes. I'm not discouraged at that. It's easy to be discouraged at that because let's face it, when it comes to the big money, there's two companies right now, and that cuts off one of them. But those that know me personally know that this isn't for the money. I have the money. Asshole Cole Bohannon had no problem showing that off. I have the money. I'm doing this because I fucking love pro wrestling. Yeah. The money's great, sure. Getting contracts is awesome. But I'm doing this to prove something to myself. And as I said day one when I got in this, I want to be able to do what I'm doing now, and that's travel. That's put smiles on faces. That's the grab emotion. Either they're booing me out of buildings or cheering my name. I want to grab the emotion of the crowd and give them something to remember when they go home. And I feel like that's what this is all about. And not losing the mindset of this is also a business. Right. You don't want to. This isn't some backyard bullshit where you're putting your body on the line for nothing. So with that being said, knowing your worth, and I'm learning my worth right now. That's something you're not taught. Right. It's you learn it on your own how much you're worth. And I'll be honest with you, the show got canceled, but I was supposed to be working somewhere else this past Saturday, and I was basically told, hey, we need you for free because they've reached their budget, and there was going to be a pretty big name on that show, and I agreed to work it. Yeah. It got canceled. I agreed to work it because that big name being on that show also runs a promotion in Florida, and I figured this is my way of kind of giving him my resume. But at the end of the day, sitting down with a couple of my peers, it's not something I should have done even in my position, because then I'm devaluing myself, and you don't want to do that, especially at this point in my career.
Right. Know your worth is something we hear a lot with the wrestlers we talk to. So definitely, I totally get that. There's a question. You said a while back, Tommy Streamer is wondering, why a 6-month time frame on winning a title? What happens after 6 months if you don't have one?
I feel like six months is one hell of a challenge. I don't like setting goals that are easily achieved. Mm. I could say, I'm going to have a title in a year or 2 years. Yeah. That seems easy to achieve. You work your ass off, it's probably going to end up happening. 6 months is, we're already in June. This year has flown by. Yeah. 6 months goes by quick. So I like setting goals for myself that are hard to achieve. After 6 months, if something were to happen where I'm not in that position, you bet your ass I'm going to work even harder to put myself in that position and keep proving myself and and proving my worth, showing that having a title on me is beneficial for your promotion, and putting me in that position. I will do what I got to do to win it, and I'll represent your promotion in a way that you want a champion to represent it.
Excellent, great answer. Vanessa, you got anything for Cole?
I don't. I was just listening and
Good stuff,
enjoying.
right?
The only thing I can say is if you ever want to go international, I know promotions in my area that I could probably get you on.
Am I allowed in Canada still? I'll have to think.
To be completely honest with you, I asked the same thing a couple times.
I have to check my restrictions.
Well, they'll let, what is it, Vanessa? Well, restrictions aside, they'll let you.
Oh no, we have no restrictions anymore. We're good.
Oh, I wasn't talking about COVID. I was talking about. I was just talking about personally. If I put my name on a board, like,
right.
That guy allowed in our country? But no, absolutely, hell yeah. I mean, I would love to wrestle in Canada.
How great would that be?
That I think popping a Canadian crowd would be so much fun, because Canada's known for some of the best that are out there, and I feel like some of the Canadian fans, they have high standards because of your Bret Harts and Bret Harts and Chris Jericho's, all the Canadian top level guys that came through the entire Hart Foundation. I'm also trying to get in the show up in the Buffalo, New York area. So like the Buffalo, Toronto area, that'd be pretty damn cool.
Imagine that. I mean, we could, Vanessa, you could totally, I can think of 2 promotions off the top of my head. We could get them on.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Streamer? Are you in Canada too?
No, I'm upstate New. I'm capital New York. I'm Albany.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. Tonka, I see
New Jersey Tom is here. Wow.
Yeah. I'm down for a Jersey show. I don't know if I can really try to get people behind me, because I have New Jersey's such a shithole.
It is a shithole, and I'll tell you, I got a lot to say about that music.
I can't go in there and be like, let's go, your fucking state sucks. Like I just, I'm not a fake guy, and I would have to fake that. So no, hell yeah. Again, there's nowhere I wouldn't work, except maybe Puerto Rico, because I'll probably get killed.
It's interesting. New Jersey's very interesting. They have a store for everything. So if you're like looking for floral tile, they'll have a floral tile store. It's very specific stores. It doesn't smell the greatest. And I go to Jersey a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I totally get it. And the roads are weird, and the exits are weird. So
I think the state bird is heroin.
It could, for all who knows. The Shadows of New York is Tonka Truck Tommy, who's here. Shout out to New Jersey Tom for making it.
But yeah, I it doesn't matter where it's at.
Well, that's the thing. That's the gist of it. Like, that's when it boils down. Like, Cole will. It seems like he'll go anywhere. Like, he's going Fridays. He's turning right around, going the opposite direction. Work 2 shows. This Friday. Do you have something this Friday coming up?
I'm not going to this Friday, mainly because my personal life, I got a lot going on.
Okay.
Where I can't. But the following Friday, I'm on the card.
Nice.
You don't really realize how far 3.5 hours is after, you drive it, you wrestle a match, you have a couple beers, you come down off of that,
for sure.
and then realize that, holy shit, it's 11:30 at night. I'm tired as hell.
Yeah.
I damn near got another 4-hour drive ahead of me.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I'm in a position where I can do this. I'm in a financial position where I'm not begging promoters to, hey, give me some gas money, give me some airfare. No, you, like Marie just said, you find a show, NYC, you have the booker get a hold of me. Hey, Cole, you're on this show. Be here. I'm gonna fucking be there. I'm happy to be in that position.
You mentioned earlier about sending tapes to promotions, and get your name out and whatnot.
Yeah.
Do you have someone recording your stuff? Are you getting the tapes? Would you like to do a YouTube channel with your footage and get more out that way?
It's funny you say that. I actually just purchased an iPad that's strictly for my whole wrestling career.
Nice.
I do have somebody that goes to shows with me to record. I actually just hired a photographer for this Saturday.
Sweet.
The person that typically goes with me can't. They have other obligations. I hired a photographer. He's going to ride out with me. He's never seen pro wrestling before in person. He's not a wrestling fan, but he's a hell of a photographer. And I'm in a position where people volunteer to do things for next to free because they want to be a part of this ride. And I'm down for it. He's going to come out. He's going to get the photos. He's going to get the videos, and it's going to add to that resume. And man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to tell you what, CWF, they are something cool to watch.
Yeah.
I've never been a part of an independent show where the production is what it is with them,
You said that
and
last time, yeah.
the feel like that was so badass. But that's not taking anything away from adrenaline walking into that place. Their colors are green and black, and everything's green and black, and you just have this just aggressive feel. And then you flip the tables, and on the other side you have Proving Ground, where it feels like an actual studio recording. Like you feel you're in a legit studio, and with, again, top of the line production crews, not just a Mark running a camera or something along those lines. They actually have a full blown production crew. So these companies that I've gotten to experience, I have nothing bad to say about them. It's been a blast so far.
Great stuff, Cole. I probably say it every time you're on, and every time after this, I'll keep saying it. I'm so happy for you. Just you're chasing your dreams. You're doing what it takes, in and out of the ring. We're at the end of the show. I'm going to give you the mic. Let us know where to find you, because I haven't had the commands in. I'm going to give you your own command, and we can plug it all the time, every show. But for tonight, let us know where to find you. Put over whatever you want. Bury anyone you want. We did bury New Jersey already, so I guess we can leave that out. But the floor is yours, my friend.
Man, I just gotta say thank you to everybody that's still here. I make this kind of like my quote unquote home show, because you guys have, again, been there since day one. You had me on here when nobody knew who I was, and now through this journey, I like to share it with you guys. So first of all, thank you for letting giving people like myself. I mean, I've seen you have names on here before, people that are known, but I guess you could easily get an ego once you guys get some names on here, and give the little guy like myself maybe not the opportunities that you do. So, man, I fucking appreciate it. Of course, if you're not local, you're not able to go to one of my shows, and you want the CB Attitude Cole Bohannon shirt, you absolutely grab it at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search the Cole Bohannon, or PWTees.com/ Cole Bohannon. I think it's just Cole Bohannon 38. I think it is. I don't fucking know. Look up Cole Bohannon. A couple different shirts on there. We got some new gear coming in that I cannot wait to showcase. I just got to figure out when and where I want to showcase it. So, looking forward to the new gear, as well as adding more promotions to the repertoire. It's not all about just the big ones. The smaller promotions is what makes a pro wrestler. It's paying the dues. I plan on going to every single promotion that will give me the opportunity to showcase my skills and make money with. Either if we're doing a technical match, if we're doing a ground and pound, or I'll throw us some kendo sticks. Let's fucking bleed and let's make some money. And that's where I stand right now. Some people think I'm crazy. I'm doing this for next to nothing. And obviously independent wrestling is not paying your bills, but I'm doing this from the heart. I'm doing this out of passion. I'm doing this with the hopes that one day I could have an Eddie Kingston story where somebody notices me, sees the passion that I have, and gives a kid a chance from Memphis, Tennessee. So let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
This is the beginning. Let's fucking go. And of course, Twitter, Cole Bohannon 38, Facebook, Cole Bohannon. Building this brand. Cannot wait to see where the future, what the future holds, and what the next road lies.
Excellent. Cole, you've been awesome. You're always welcome on. Your family. We got the time. We'll fit you in for anything. Have yourself a glorious night.
Man, I appreciate it, guys. Be safe,
Yeah.
have fun, and some things don't change. Just because it's curable doesn't mean it's cool.
Spectacular. Have a great night.
Yeah.
Peace.